That guy with the pole and the bucket just pulled up to his 8th pool of the day. He's not running a franchise. He's not driving a wrapped truck. He started this whole thing with $500, a next-door post, and his personal car with a couple of magnetic signs on the doors. Right now, he has 40 clients. Each one pays him $150 a month. That's $6,000 a month gross, and after chemicals, fuel, and the occasional supply run, he's clearing somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000 net every single month. From pools, pool cleaning is one of those businesses that sounds too simple to be real. But the math is real, the demand is real, and the barrier to entry is genuinely low enough that $500 is not a fantasy number. It's what this actually costs to start. I'm going to show you the full model: equipment, pricing, how many clients you need, and what your income realistically looks like at different stages. Let's get into it. First, what does $500 actually get you? Because this number only works if you spend it right. Around $150 covers your basic tools: a telescoping pole, a skimmer net, a wall brush, and a vacuum head. These are not complicated pieces of equipment. You can find them at any pool supply store or on Facebook Marketplace from someone who tried to DIY their pool and gave up after 2 weeks. Buy used where you can. The pole doesn't care if it's new. Another $100 for your starter chemicals: chlorine tabs, pH increaser, pH decreaser, algicide, and stabilizer. You don't need to buy in bulk yet. Buy for the pools you have, not the pools you're planning for. $100 for a decent test kit. Not strips, a proper drop test kit. This is the one place you don't cheap out, because if your chemical readings are wrong, you're going to damage someone's pool and lose the client on week 2. The remaining $150 goes to registering your business. In most US states, an LLC costs between $50 and $500 to file. Some states like Kentucky are $40. California is $70 plus an annual fee. Look up your state specifically. If money is extremely tight, a sole proprietorship costs nothing to register, and you can convert to an LLC once you have paying clients. That's it. Tools, chemicals, test kit, legal structure, $500, and you are operational. But being operational and having clients are two different things. And the way you get your first 5 customers without spending a dollar on ads is where most people either get it right or stay stuck at 0. Your first 5 clients come from 3 places, in this order. First, Nextdoor. This app is genuinely underrated for local service businesses. You're not running an ad, you're posting as a neighbor. Something like, "Hey, I just started a pool cleaning route in this area, offering free water tests this week to the first 5 homeowners who reach out." Free water test costs you about 3 minutes and a few drops of reagent. What it does is get you onto someone's property, in front of their pool, talking to them as a professional. Conversion rate on a free test is high because you're solving an immediate question they already had. Second, door knocking. You don't need to knock on random doors. You need to knock on doors where you can already see a pool from the street. Suburbs built in the 90s and 2000s have the highest pool density per block. Drive your zone first. Note which houses have pools. Then walk back and knock. The script is simple. You're starting a local route. You're keeping your first month discounted at $120 to build reviews, and you'll be in the neighborhood every week anyway. Low pressure, hyper-local, specific. Third, real estate agents. This one most new operators completely miss. An agent listing a home with a pool needs that pool to look perfect for photos and open houses. They need someone reliable, fast, and affordable. Email or DM 5 local agents. Introduce yourself, offer a one-time clean at a flat rate. If you do good work, that agent calls you every time they list a pool home. That's a referral source that costs you nothing and keeps giving. Now here's the thing about pricing those first clients. The number you charge at the start determines whether this business grows or quietly bleeds you dry over the next 6 months. The standard full-service weekly maintenance rate in most US suburbs is between $130 and $200 a month. Your target average is $150. That's where the model works cleanly. Full service means you're showing up once a week, skimming the surface, brushing the walls, vacuuming the floor, emptying the skimmer and pump baskets, testing the water, and balancing the chemicals. Each visit takes you about 20 to 30 minutes on a clean, maintained pool. 4 visits a month at $150 means you're earning roughly $37.50 per visit. That's the number to know. For your first 5 clients, Price at $120 to build reviews and testimonials. After that, go to your standard rate. Don't stay discounted. Clients who come in at a discount are the hardest to raise later, and you'll resent the route. On top of monthly service, every add-on is pure margin. A filter deep clean is a once or twice a year job that takes 45 minutes. Charge $75 to $100. A green pool that's been neglected? That's a green to clean treatment. Shock it, brush it, vacuum to waste, come back 2 days later, repeat. Charge between $250 and $600 for that depending on severity. And never fold it into the monthly rate. That's a separate job, quoted separately. If you're in a northern state, winterization is a real revenue spike. September and October, you're closing pools, draining lines, adding antifreeze, covering everything. Charge $150 to $300 per close. Then in spring, you're back for the opening. Same price range. Those are 2 additional paychecks from every existing client, just for showing up at the right time of year. So now you know what to charge. The next question is, how many clients do you actually need before this business changes your financial life? And the answer has a specific number and a specific milestone where everything shifts. Here's how the route model actually scales. At 10 clients, you're making $1,500 a month gross. You're probably spending a couple of days a week on this. This is your side hustle phase. It's not life-changing yet, but it's real money and you're building systems. At 20 clients, you're at $3,000 a month gross. After chemicals and fuel, somewhere around $2,000 net. This is where most people reinvest. Better vacuum, a dedicated equipment setup in the car, maybe a small cargo trailer. Your kit gets cleaner and faster. At 40 clients, you hit $6,000 gross. Subtract roughly $1,500 in operating costs, chemicals, fuel, supplies, and you're netting $4,000 to $4,500 a month. Solo operator, 1 car, 5 days a week, 8 to 12 pools a day. This is the full-time income threshold for most people doing this. The thing that makes 40 clients achievable and not chaotic is route density. If your clients are spread all over a 20-mile radius, you're spending half your day in the car. If your first 20 clients are within a 5-mile zone, you can do 12 pools a day without burning through your profit on gas. This is why where you find your first clients matters as much as how many you find. Tight geography is the whole game at the start. At 50 to 60 clients, you hire your first part-time helper, $10 to $25 an hour, depending on your market. And you start shifting from doing the work to running the route. That's when the business becomes something you own instead of something you do. But before you get excited about 60 clients and a helper, there's a reason most people who try this don't make it past 20. And it's not what you'd expect. The people who wash out of pool cleaning almost always make one of 3 mistakes. The first is underpricing and then never raising rates. They come in at $120 to get clients and then feel too awkward to ever move to $150. 2 years in, they've got 30 clients at the wrong rate and they can't figure out why the math isn't adding up. Price fairly from the start, raise rates annually, and be straightforward about it. Clients who leave over a $10 monthly increase were going to find a reason to leave anyway. The second mistake is not charging for chemicals separately. Some operators bundle chemicals into the monthly fee and then watch their margin disappear whenever chlorine prices spike, which they do. The cleaner way to structure it, your monthly fee covers labor and service. Chemicals are billed at cost plus a markup, or you charge a flat monthly chemical fee on top. Be transparent about it. Most clients prefer knowing what they're paying for. The third is bad route planning. Driving 30 minutes between pools is a slow business killer. It doesn't show up immediately, it just quietly eats your hours and your fuel budget until the job stops feeling worth it. Keep your first clients geographically tight. Say no to clients outside your zone until the zone is full. It feels counterintuitive when you're starting and need clients, but a spread out route at 20 clients is harder to work than a tight route at 30. Here's the thing though. Fix those 3 problems and you have a business that is almost aggressively hard to disrupt. And the reason for that is something most people don't think about until they're already in it. Pool owners don't let their pools turn green. That's just the reality. In a recession, people cancel gym memberships, cut subscriptions, stop going out to dinner. But a pool sitting in your backyard going green, algae taking over, the water turning that swampy color, that's not something most homeowner can ignore. It's visible from the house every single day. It affects property value. It becomes a health issue if kids are swimming in it. Pool cleaning sits in this weird category of household spending where people will cut almost everything else first. And the churn rate for pool cleaning clients is genuinely low. If you show up on the same day every week, the water is always clear and you're easy to communicate with, clients stay for years, not months, years. Because switching pool cleaners means going through the uncertainty of finding someone reliable again, and most people would rather keep paying the person they trust. That's the business: recurring revenue, low churn, recession-resistant demand, and a market that's actually growing, around 4% annually, because more pools are being built, and the generation of homeowners who used to maintain their own are aging out of wanting to do it themselves. Here's the full picture. $500 gets you operational: tools, chemicals, test kit, legal structure. Your first 5 clients come from next door, door knocking, and real estate agents. 40 clients at $150 a month is $6,000 gross, $4,000 to $5,000 net, solo. Route density matters more than client count at the start, and the 3 things that kill operators, underpricing, bundling chemicals, and bad routing, are all completely avoidable if you know about them going in. This is not a glamorous business. You're outside in the heat, handling chemicals, dealing with the occasional green swamp that someone let go for 3 months. And that's exactly why the competition stays low and the clients stay loyal. Now, if this model makes sense to you, the next question is usually, how do you actually run the operations without it becoming chaos as you scale past 20 clients? Scheduling, client communication, chemical tracking, I broke all of that down in the next video. Comment part 2 for the video and stay tuned.